Hey Steve, what's up?
I had a whole entire fucking message kept typed out to you, and I got caught up doing something last night.
Yeah, no, you're good.
And I fucking forgot to hit send. I just opened it up, and I was like, "Fuck." But yeah, that one. I mean, I like that one. The problem is, we just had a big meeting with it yesterday. I took all my agents, and they all called their investors and was like, "Hey, what's going on since after the storm? Where are you buying stuff at? What is changed? Like." And all that kind of thing. And we kind of came to a consensus that most, if any investors are touching flood damaged houses, a lot of guys are just like, I don't want to in flood areas anymore. Anybody that's touching flood damaged houses, they want to buy these things at like 68 to 70%.
Yeah, that's what I'm running it at. So like anything I send you is going to be, anywhere from like 60 to 65%. That's what I've been doing. Oh yeah, that's minus the rehab.
Okay. All right, perfect. Yeah, because a lot of the investors are like, yeah, 50% of value. That's 50%.
Yeah.
Of ARV. They're not throwing any rehab budget in there. I like.
So what we're talking about right now is that usually it's like a 0.7, 0.75 that we're running, but because of Florida, and everyone's getting damaged from the storm and stuff like that, him and a whole bunch of other investors are buying like a 0.6 or 0.7%. That's what's just going on right now.
Like 65%.
And a lot of people like himself, they're worrying about the flood zone. So people are really looking into that now. People didn't really do that beforehand, a little bit, but now obviously more people are doing so.
Flood zones that didn't flood, people are just kind of staying away from them. So that's something we're trying to sell now around 74%. If it's a good area, doesn't look like it's gonna flood, 76.
Okay.
And then anything that's just out of the flood zone, high and dry, normal stuff,
yeah,
normal, 77.
Yeah, 75. Yeah. So, okay.
The problem with this one is, number one, it is on market, it's pending, and I'd have to sell it for $30K over list than what's shown on the market. And it's been flooded. So I think right off the bat, that would hurt a little bit. But also, when I ran the numbers and did everything, I kind of need to sell it at where it's at on market, around that 240.
All right.
So I was trying to think what I got for ARV. I think I want to say I was around 450, somewhere around the 450 range.
Okay.
I thought I could call it more at first. I was just like, oh yeah, I can pay over this. It's an investor will see the value. They sold this thing for a good price. But everything that was all a raised up house, so they probably didn't get affected by the flood, and their values are just going to be up because they're higher up in the air. So
gotcha. Yeah.
On that one, I'd probably need to sell around the 240, 250 range.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. That sounds good. I'll see what I can do with that. Yeah. One of the guys I have that. Yeah. So, I'll see what he could do on it. And
just let them know if they're out there marketing for stuff like that and trying to grab stuff off the MLS, to tell them most investors want to buy these things to 65, 68%. So working up this out.
So you said you would need it. You said you would need it at 250. Is that what you said?
So.
Wait, can I actually give you a call back? I have another call coming in.
Yeah, just call me whenever. I'm just coming up to the office, so I'll be in front of my computer. Just call me whenever.
All right. Yep. Take care. Bye. Yeah, it was probably gonna be a long conversation. But anyway, that's one of my buyers. I sent him a deal that one of the people from the Discord have. It's in Hudson, Florida, which is north of where I'm at. So let me actually share my screen so you guys can know what I'm talking about here. I forget the address. I have to look up the address, but I'm over in St. Pete, obviously. If people who don't know, we just had 2 recent hurricanes. that happened. So a lot of homes have been getting, flood damage and all that kind of stuff. But I guess someone from the Discord had a property that was located like in this area, and it was like by the water, so it got hit by the hurricane as well because it came in from west to east, and got like I don't know how many inches of water, but the dry wall has been removed. Like I would say, like 3 or 4 feet have been removed and everything like that. He's trying to sell the deal for 260. Steve's saying you probably would be in the 250 range, but he's going to run his numbers and see. But yeah, I mean, if that could work out, we could probably move that one. I don't know what, I'm not sure what's the guy from the Discord. I'm not sure if that would be his like first deal or sec. I don't know. I haven't asked him, but he did reach out to me yesterday and asked for help on moving the deal. So things like that, guys. I have people who obviously are buying constantly, and obviously just adjusting to the recent changes with homes that have been damaged with the flood and hurricane, all that kind of stuff. But any questions, guys? Anything you guys got going on? I think this was the house here. I don't have any pictures of it though, unfortunately. I actually changed my name too. I forgot. Yeah, anything you guys got going on? Anything you guys need help on? I could take a look at. Nothing. No questions, guys? Trying to see. I mean, usually for my Zooms, I don't really have like a set like schedule, like, oh, from 11 to 11:15, I'm going to talk about this. I just kind of just free roam. We bounce ideas off each other, questions off each other. I tell you about, stuff that I'm working on, and all that kind of stuff. So I just want to make sure, I don't want to be rambling about something that you guys might not already know. I want to make sure I talk about stuff that you guys are struggling with. Let's see. I guess I could talk about what I got going on. Well, I have obviously, you want to have a CRM system, so you can keep, track of all your leads that are coming in. I was going through one of my older leads that I was working a few months ago. It was in Pennsylvania, and yeah, this guy, I forget his name. Jeez, what is his name? I forget the owner's name. But anyway, he has a 2 unit over in Pennsylvania. So I reached out to him like, hey, blah blah blah. It just I had a few minutes to reach out. Usually I try not to say like, hey, just checking in, like the typical salesy type of thing. But you just basically say like, hey, you came to mind. Had a few minutes. Just wanted to see how things are going with you. If you're still holding on to that property on, I think it's Mincy Trail was the address. Something Mincy Trail. But anyway, I was like, actually, now I'm looking to sell it. I'll be back in the area. He's like in Florida right now. He'll be back in Pennsylvania in I think Tuesday next week, and then I had one of my two of my guys going out there to see if they could make I think he's asking 200,000 for it. Which is like an okay price, but obviously if it's I'm pretty sure it's stated it hasn't really been worked on. Same tenants have been in the been living in the both sides of the property for I think he said over 30 years. So like I'm assuming very dated, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, sometimes guys just moral of the story is just basically just saying like if let's say again I had worked this deal like maybe like almost a year ago, so like it wasn't a deal then, but now it's now he's open, he's more motivated, he wants to relocate. This is not going to be the only property he's selling. He has like I would say like about 15-20 other properties that he wants to get rid of. Obviously this being one of them, and so you want to obviously be able to get on his good side, seller's good side, and then once they sell the one property to you, and then they see that you could close, then they might get let you have some other ones that they have in their portfolio. So that's what I'm going to try to do with this guy. I've done that before with other sellers, but yeah. Any questions, guys? Always good too, guys, to let's say if you're struggling to get a deal under your belt, like being direct to seller. Oh, there are questions. Hold on here. Sorry, I missed those questions. I apologize about that. I'm in Philly. Do you guys have any title company? No, I don't. We don't go out to Philly. We just outside of our reach. Basically, if you're seeing my screen right now, like we focus like the Poconos area, the Lehigh Valley area. So Lehigh Valley would be, considered like Allentown and stuff like that. Like our cutoff pretty much and then obviously Philly's right here. So our cutoff probably stops like right where I would say like Cooperstown, Macungie area is our cutoff. Like when you're looking, south, like we don't have any buy. I mean, personally don't know anybody. Maybe from our list, people might be interested in Philly, but I mean, we don't have a major buyers, major set of buyers over in Philly area. So I'm not sure if you were to get a property over there, I'll be able to move it, but it's pretty simple to find a title company. Just look up title companies in Philadelphia. My next question when you're on Google is just when you're talking to a title company, just see if they, when you call them and say like, hey, how you doing? My name's Terrell. Like, I'm looking to, potentially send some, deals that I have for you guys to close. Do you guys work with assignment contracts? And just see what they say. If they say yes, that means they work with wholesalers. If they say no, then obviously they don't work with assignment contracts. Soon, I think in January, Pennsylvania, they passed the law to basically you have to double close on the property now. So let's say if you have an assignment fee for $10,000, if come January 1st, 2025, you would have to double close. So instead of a $10,000 assignment fee that you're typically used to, you're going to be making, I would say, probably like 7,500 or so, because you have to close it in your name. And then so it'll be, let's say the seller is Eric Schmidt. So from Eric to my LLC, from my LLC to the end buyer, instead of it just being because when you do a wholesale deal, you only see the seller's name and the end buyer's name. You don't see, like, you're kind of like a ghost. You don't see what assignment fee you made or anything like that. For example, like if I were to like pull up an address I closed on, I think it was 1415 East Holland, I think. All right, so this is a property I closed on, I think like 2 weeks ago. I don't know if it made a change. I didn't change it. I didn't update. I worked on another one. Hold on. 4510 44th Street, St. Pete. Let's see if this one updated. One of them have this one didn't update either. All right. And again, these are properties that close on like 2-3 weeks. It takes like 2 or 3 weeks for it to like show up on the record. Like you'll see it on Zillow. Like if I put this on Zillow, you'll probably see that it closed, but you won't see it on PropStream. I'm trying to show you guys the transfer of title. Here's another one. I think this one is updated. I think I closed on this one I think it was the 13th of September. 17th, okay. All right, so yeah, so this was, all right, so you'll see the owner here. I had the contract price for 302. So you'll see that. Here's the owner, Susan. This was her house on Keene Road in Clearwater, which is about like 15 minutes from me. And you'll see the end buyer. So like you won't see my LLC. You'll just go straight from Susan to the end buyer, which is We Build Homes LLC. And you don't see how much I made on the property. You'll only, like I said, you'll only see the contract price that I had with Susan, which was 302. And then I ended up selling it for like 320, I think. I have to look back. I think 320. No, it can't be right. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was 320, 18. Yeah, it was 18. Okay. But yeah, you'll see that. So, and this is, an off-market property. I try to mainly focus off-market. The one that I had in Tampa, that was on market. But I mainly try to focus off market because, you know, less eyes on the property and stuff like that. So, but yeah, any questions, guys?
Yeah.
Anything you guys got going on?
Yeah, we have some questions.
No questions? Okay. Let's see what else we could talk about. Yeah, so like if you're starting out, oh, there was another question I think in the thing. I'm sorry, I'm kind of rambling here. Yeah, I don't have a title company. You just have to call and see how do you find off-market properties. Yeah, you could do. I mean, this one in particular, with the one in Clearwater, that was some. You know, I was just driving. I forget where I was driving to, and I just saw that a house needed like work. It's when I pull up, let's see here, so you guys can see it. It was on like a busy road like this, so I forget where I was driving to. This is a property that looked like one of the comps that I used was right next door. It used to look like this house to the right. This is the one to the right is the one I'm referring to that I just wholesaled. So the garage was messed up. One of the windows was this window here was boarded. You could still kind of see it's kind of like messed up here. And there's another window on the side that was kind of boarded. So like I was driving past, I was going from here to the stoplight here, and I saw this since I was at the stoplight. I was like, oh, let me actually pin this. So I did. Ended up calling her. I think it was like back in like March or April of this year, and then she said I would need until the summer because she wanted to relocate and stuff like that because that was her primary home. And then obviously, you know, fast forward to September, we were able to get everything done. But yeah, you could find off markets by you know, going on PropStream, driving for dollars. You know, you could even do like I mean, if you don't have PropStream, if you don't have batch leads, you could also go to like your county you know, your county website. You could find homes that are you know, that have liens on them, that are pre-foreclosures, things like that, and you could target them as well. Because I mean, that's unless if you're not in a non-disclosure state, that's something you could do. So like for example, for me, my county is Pinellas County, so I would go like to Pinellas County, like clerk of court. Every county website is different, so it could be a little bit different for you to, you know, might be a little bit more difficult to find the information, but once you kind of look, you'll know where to go. So I would click on for view records. So I'm trying to view all the records in the county. Then I go to official records and blah blah blah. Official records search, which is here. Document type. I'll just accept the conditions. And then you could see from document type, you could go down, you could see like homes that, like, say, let's say, want to target liens, homes with like pre-foreclosures, also called lis pendens, like things like that. So that's like the old, because before, like if you think about it, like when they wasn't like when, you know, we didn't really have, I guess, like let's say 15 years ago or whatever, like 10 years ago, people just went to the county, you know, how the county, you know, building or whatever, and they pulled that information. They got it like in paper, of like all the homes with like water liens on them. So like, you know, for example, this would obviously save you a trip from going to the courthouse or whatever. Let's say I want to specify like the last month homes with liens within the past month. I click on search, and I have a whole list of properties with liens on them. You know, like I don't know, there's 303 pages within the past. So like it could be little liens, like, you know, like I said, HOA lien, it could be a water lien, it could be a tax lien, like things like anything lien related is going to be on this list. And you'll see like the record date. So this happened on 9/25/2024. I think they're all nine. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, it's only, you know, I have 4 of 303, so it's going to be like a lot. Let's say if I do like, I don't know, like 120, maybe I'll change the date. Yeah, 10/3. So, but yeah, so hopefully that could help you out here. And with the state that's requiring, it's Pennsylvania. So like Pennsylvania, starting January 1st, 2025, will be a state where you can't do assignable contracts anymore. You'll just have to double close. So like I said, just closing in your name, your thing, LLC, whatever, to then now the end buyer. So it'll be like from seller to you, from you to seller. From seller to you, and then from you to the end buyer. So like if you have like a small assignment fee, you might, be taking a beating, but if your assignment fee is a decent size, like like I said, you're only going to be, I don't know the percentage it usually goes out to, but I would say typically it's like a $25 to $3,000 hit if you double close. So yeah, any questions here? Let me see here. I am not. No, I'm not. I probably should, but I'm not. PPC, yeah, no, I'm not doing any of that right now. I'm no marketing. I probably should start investing in some marketing soon. To get leads. Right now, my marketing is from like word of mouth, and like I have business cards that I leave at some properties. I haven't done that in a little bit. But I do that sometimes when I call on homes, when I'm pulling a list and stuff like that. Like if they're not ready or whatever, they might know somebody who is ready. Then I send a picture of my card, so I'll do that. I leave my card at some houses. Let's say I close with a seller, I've had them refer me to another friend of theirs that like, hey, like Terrell bought my house. You should be, you should give him a call or blah blah blah. So just things like that. But I haven't like invested into like any like marketing like that. What do you mean? PA, what do you mean by that? You mean Pennsylvania, private attorney? Do you want to get a private VA? Sorry. I don't know. Yeah, I mean there is one a lot of good VAs out there. If I were to get one, it wouldn't be like any of the ones from like calling from the Philippines because it's like really a distinct accent. So people kind of just put that off. One of my buyers in PA, his name is Brian. He said that he found I forget the name of the VA system that he uses. It's and for anyone who doesn't know, VA virtual assistant, those are people who basically they call on, like, you pull a list, let's say, of liens in Pinellas County that I'm looking at currently, and you'll pay them and they'll call that whole list for you, and then they'll obviously ask those questions, see if the seller is motivated, see if they could get a price out of the seller, things of that nature, and then anything that they get, they'll mark it for you. So then you'll call back like, hey, you spoke to my partner Julie, yeah, and about your property on and again, lots of micromanaging as well. So yeah, I mean that's another thing. You gotta hope that they're doing what you're paying them to do in a sense. So I mean, like I said, my one buyer, Brian, he's in PA. He has like a virtual assistant group from like somewhere in South America, but it's like it's night and day between like that group in South America and then that other group in like Philippines, because it's just like you can just know, like, it's like their English is a lot better, and it's not like a distinct accent to where like you just want to hang up the phone like, oh, this isn't like but I don't know, that's my take. I mean, a few other people agree with me, a few other people don't agree, and you could get deals. I mean, maybe you'll get less, but I mean, you're still able to get deals from VAs that are based in Philippines. I'm not saying that you can't, but I'm just saying that I feel like with the accent, language barrier, and stuff like that, you might get a little bit less as opposed to somebody who has let's say a VA in a different part of the country. But yeah, a lot of micromanaging. I feel like you just got to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. I remember I never had one, but I've seen Eric when I was working, for Eric, when I first started in 2021. I mean, I saw him, manage a VA, and it's like, you got to make sure that you got to, like, you could do some and it's again the time difference too. I forget how many hours they're ahead, maybe 10 hours or something like that. So you got to, you got to have kind of like meetings in a sense to make sure everything, everyone's on, doing what they're supposed to be doing, all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, it's a good question. Maybe I'll get one soon. I don't know when. That's not on my mind right now. That is the goal. Obviously, if I want to scale up and, do, I don't know, lots of numbers, a lot of revenue, I have to, start investing in things like that to make that happen. But right now it's just me. I'm the one who's, reaching out to buyers, sellers, all that kind of stuff. Have Eric's calling me real quick. Let me just answer this. Hello? What's up? Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. I'm just gonna. Eric said he has a Zoom at 12, so I gotta make sure I wrap it up at 12. And then another thing too, he'll be back next mid next week. He's just sick. We both went on over to Tennessee. I think I don't know, caught like a bug or something like that. But yeah, he's not feeling the best. But yeah, he'll try to get back earliest whatever he said midweek to me, so I'm not sure what day exactly, but that's what he told me. Let's see here. Any other questions, guys? Anything else you guys got going on? Let's see if I missed anything in the chat here. No, I don't think I did. Yeah, it's pretty much. Yeah, any questions you could ask me. You can put it in the chat. I'll try to make sure I get to that as soon as I can. Let's see what else I got going on. Really, nothing else right now. I'm pulling a list that's in Pennsylvania for properties with absentee owners that have liens on them. So anyone who has for absentee owners, for people who don't know, they own the house but they don't live in the house. So like for example, like I'm renting this house that I'm at now. My landlord doesn't live here. She lives at another house like 15 minutes away. So she would be considered an absentee owner. She owns the house, doesn't live in the house. And again, I'm targeting those types of people. And then also too, those same owners with liens on that subject house. So let's say if my landlord had like a lien on this house, then she would come up on the list for me if I was targeting my county of Pinellas. Yes, I use Podio. Podio's right here. I've been using it since working with Eric, so I haven't used another CRM system. I'm not sure if there's probably better ones out there. I'm just comfortable using it since I've been using it for like 3+ years. So I don't have any means to change to a different one. I'm not sure. Like I said, there could be better ones out there. Dom, your question, how do you think the flooded homes market will bounce back? Some agents were saying it might be harder to sell after flips complete. Yeah, that's what I was talking to one of my guys, Steve, and he was kind of saying the same thing. It's just like when you're running homes with, flood damage, you want to probably do it at like a 0.65%. And then also too, like there's like that FEMA 50% rule. I don't really know too much about it. I have to like actually look that up here. I'm trying to see. I think you could only do a certain amount of work to the property. Limits the cost of repairs and improvements to a structure to 50% of its market value. So I gotta look into that more. So prohibits unless the entire residential structure is brought up to the most current floodplain management regulations. I don't know. This is obviously people are looking into this here. I don't know too much about that, other than what it says here. I really have to look and ask some of my buyers and see what their thoughts are. I know, for example, like buyers are paying more close attention to the flood map, the zonage. So like they want to make sure that they're not in a crazy big, flood area. I think you could look on here on Zillow. I think Zillow added it by chance. I could be wrong. But yeah, that's gonna be a big issue, I believe. But I mean, you just gotta learn how to adjust. That's just how it is with life, You just gotta adjust and to what life gives you, And there was I'm trying to. I feel like I went on Zillow. Maybe it was a different thing. I feel like I went on Zillow or something like that, and I was able to kind of see. Let's see what this drop down arrow does. Doesn't do anything. It's only schools. Yeah, I was able to see like like a flood map, so you could see like whatever, but it's like in blue. So like, I don't know what maybe it's under map here. Oh, here we go. I feel like that's kind of new. So like I'm over here, so like you can see it's blue for me. But you can see all this is anything that got, it's their flood, the depth of flood, you can see that there. A lot of people are targeting Shore Acres. Shore Acres is like right here. I've been seeing a lot of homes pop up in Shore Acres. Shore Acres, I don't know who, like even, I found this out like I would say like a year and a half ago. Like it just floods all the time. So like, any heavy rainfall, the streets are flooded. So like, you could only imagine like a hurricane, let alone two that recently happened. So they got pretty much wiped. A lot of homes there, they are building some homes. They are like adjusting some homes to like be on stilts. So like, or just be like, just living space on the second floor instead of the first floor. So you'll just see like stairs, and you obviously have the bottom floor being like the garage and stuff like that. There's no basements in Florida, just so you guys know, for anyone who's up north. But yeah, you can see it here, all this area. I have a deal out in Town and Country that's been hit with like 10 plus inches of water. Let's see here. Let's miss some questions. Greg, I'm not sure it's in there. It's in the left. I don't know what that means. I mean, I do. If you're referring to Podio, yeah, it's like I have it on the left hand side here. Yeah. Dom, yeah, trying to close Shore Acres right now. Yeah, it's you could move deals out there. It's just flippers are gonna know that, sellers are gonna know that. So if I'm an investor right now, if I had money in the bank to do a flip, I wouldn't want to do it in Shore Acres because it's just like you have to deal with a lot through FEMA, through resale value, because I mean it could take a dip. I think homes. Oh, that's what you meant. Sorry about that. Matt Floods, I don't know. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, and again, and Jason, because I guess also development too. I mean, I sold a deal last month to someone who's gonna develop like an 2,000 square foot home, I believe. It's in St. Pete. So like, and it's so if cities like St. Pete, cities like Tampa keep developing homes, it's just again it's gonna get congested more. It's already kind of congested, but just like the water, there's really nowhere for the water to go. If you travel downtown St. Pete, like over here ish, like like when it rains, it really the streets are just get like really just running this. I don't know how high it gets up. Like for example, like my Eric's younger brother Justin, he was driving his car and he was driving through the the water and everything. It wasn't a hurricane or anything like that. This was like I would say like 2 months ago. His bumper fell off. So it's like that's how strong the water was. That's how high the water was. It was enough to knock off his bumper. He obviously got it replaced now, but yeah, that happened. So, um, yeah. So anything like I've seen it over here. I haven't really by my house there since I'm like oh I mean my house is still blue. Like I'm in the blue area, so like I haven't really noticed. Like when Helene happened, I did stay for that. My street flooded. I'm like right by the water. Like the homes across the street are on the water. So like I was talking to some of my neighbors, they couldn't even see their docks. Like the water was that high. But like it did go onto the street, but like I'm kind of like elevated enough the driveway and stuff like where it didn't go up the driveway into the garage or into the house or anything like that. I didn't stay for Milton. I left. Milton, nothing really happened. A few screens got damaged, but since then has it's been fixed. But obviously homes, like a neighborhood over from me, like they've got hit worse. So I don't know. I mean, I got lucky. Not as there's definitely less fortunate people by me for sure. Any questions, guys? Anything you guys got going on?
I said one remark. I think with a lot of the agents that I've been talking to, because I call in my area as well, my market, is
Yeah.
that like even if you have like a 30-year roof, like a 30-year shingle on the roof,
Hmm.
even if it's like 15, 20 years old, the insurance company might not even cover it. So it's like an automatic replacing of the roof.
Yeah, I've seen like 10, like if it's like, if it's at least like 8, 10 years in the they won't cover. I've been hearing that too. It's just, I mean, so most times, like, I mean, obviously you want to, when you're trying to find your deals out there, guys, always ask the roof age, always ask the HVAC age, because that's what the buyers are going to ask you. But yeah, I've been seeing like, if it's like, oh, they got their roof replaced in 2015, they're probably gonna have to replace it again. The person's gonna want to flip the home because just to not have to deal with the it not being approved and all that kind of stuff. So you'll see that. Yeah, you'll see that happen a lot. And also too, I don't know I don't know how long you were in here, Tim, but I was explaining like the FEMA rule as well. Like you can only put a certain amount of work into the home, like 50% of its current value. I've been seeing that too. So like I don't really know.
So what does that mean? Like if it's like
I have to look. I have to look it up. But like when I was
if the house was like 400,000, you can't put like 200,000. They'll probably make you like just rebuild it on stilts or something.
I don't know the whole entirety of it, but I was trying to sell a deal out in Madeira Beach, and one of the buyers came back and said like with the 50% rule I can't, because I think how much is the property? I think I was asking 362, and then the buyer was saying they would have to put like 65. They can't put more than 65% of $55,000 in work because of this rule. But again, I really don't know too much about it. They just mentioned it to me. I have to look more into the FEMA 50% rule and see how it applies to every situation when dealing with a flood damaged home. But I really can't speak on it too much. But this is pretty much what Google kind of has to say about it. But I have to, like I said, I have to look into this. This just got to my attention, like I would say about 7 o'clock yesterday, 6, 7 o'clock yesterday. I haven't looked into it yet. But yeah, let's see if there's another question here. Jason here, managers. 200 when plans to remodel the property. This may cost 100 cents more than 50%. 60 must not be brought into compliance with current flood management standards. This is raising the house to meet. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so that's why I've been seeing, like for example, Shore Acres. If you look at some homes in Shore Acres now, they're raised. I don't know if I got rid of it. I probably got rid of it, but yeah, they're raised, so they're not like I don't know who would. I mean, I remember one of my friends, they had a home out in Shore Acres. They lost it with it wasn't even I think it wasn't Helene or Milton, but the one before that. They lost it due to that. So, she had to end up selling it, and I don't know, but she obviously lost that was, forever home for her, and she had to relocate. I don't know where she's at now currently. Obviously not in Shore Acres. I think she had to downsize a little bit to an apartment. She's trying to save up to buy a house, but basically, lost a chunk of change because again, you buy like a, $600,000 house and that's not worth that anymore after it floods. And obviously, you put all your heart and soul to get that forever home, and then, you don't have the money to repair, the damages and stuff. But, if you're scrolling, you'll see some homes that are like, obviously, some of these homes are not, but you'll see some homes on here that are raised, like something like this. Like if you're buying a home like this, then you're in good shape. Because again, the only thing that would really get ruined is the garage. But you'll see homes like this. Like this is if you're buying a home in Shore Acres, you would definitely want to buy a home like this. I've been seeing a lot of new homes. I'm not sure. This has probably been built. Yeah, built in 2016. So all the newer kind of builds are kind of like looking like that now. You're not going to see any new construction that is not built on with, being raised. Everything else is pretty much looks like this and has been built. Probably this home here is probably built in like the 70s. Yep, 70, right, 1970. But yeah. Yeah, this place got hit. I mean, I've driven past here, Shore Acres, it's been destroyed. I've driven past, like, if you want to look at Treasure Island, Madeira Beach, like it's just like it looks like a war zone. Furniture out there, mattresses, have the whole nine all out in the driveway, drywall, all that kind of stuff. So I mean, people are trying to pick up the pieces. Some restaurants haven't been able to open back up because of this. I know there's one restaurant. It's like I think it's by St. Pete Beach. It's called like Woody's. That was destroyed. I don't think they're ever going to open again. I think they pretty much let that be known. But yeah, St. Pete Beach got destroyed. It's kind of sad, but this first year it's been like where I really actually seen like damage like that. I've been here for 3 years so far, so this is the first I guess devastating amount of damage I've seen. Any other questions, guys? Anything else you guys got going on? I got like 15 more minutes. I know Eric says he has a Zoom at 12. Usually it's like 12:15, but I think he has a Zoom. He said at 12 this time. It's gonna be crazy how that market shifts. I don't know. People are still buying, of course, but like I said, you want to run your numbers at like a 0.65, 0.6% of the ARV. And then make sure you're still a little conservative as well when you're doing so. Any other questions, guys? Anything else you guys got going on? Let's see here. And I appreciate you sharing that message, Jason. That helps for people who helps me, helps any so should help other people as well. When looking at stuff. When I'm running comps, I always have I have the subject property up on, let's say for example, I want to look at comps for like this home here. I would have the property up, and then I'll duplicate the tab and then look for other, 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes with like this one kind of looks like a bungalow type of style. So I'll look for something like that. So I'll like I said, I have the property up here for Mississippi Avenue, duplicate the tab, I don't know where this home is located. Let me see. Obviously, it got damaged by the storm here. There's like that page number yeah. So probably water got up to like maybe here. Yep, and then they had to rip out the drywall, that kind of stuff. So let me see when it. I don't know where this is located. Mississippi. Oh, this is in like Shore Acres. I'm pretty sure. A lot of views, 7,000 views, a lot of saves, almost 300 saves. But yeah, so like I will duplicate that tab. I'll click out of here. I'll look at other 3-bedroom homes in that same neighborhood with 1,000 square feet and go from there and see what I could offer, see what it's worth. I mean, I'm assuming something like this is probably going to be worth like 4 something in Shore Acres. It's a small house. I mean, nothing too extravagant. But let's say I'll probably go under 1250 and under. Let's say I want to look at 6 months. Let's see what we find here. So like I'm assuming, oh yeah, probably 400, I would say. Trying to find something similar. Really, I don't see any. I mean, this is a bungalow style. This is like wood frame. This is like a block. So something like this, 365, 32, 1230. We do have a garage. They do not have a garage. This sold in June, New Hampshire Avenue. This was if you're looking for buyers, this is clearly a buyer here. You could see, you know, before and after. You could probably see how much they bought it for as well. Sometimes that buyer, so he bought it on market for. I mean, he really didn't make anything really. He bought it for 310. Bought it for 310. I mean, it looks like it needed a lot of work just based off what it looked like beforehand, and he ended up selling for 365. So I'm not sure how much money this buyer ended up making. But 1898 New Hampshire Avenue. Sometimes you could also, for people who, if you don't have property, if you don't have bad leads, you could also go to, property appraiser. Like, so for me, this is located in Pinellas County, so I'll go to Pinellas County Property Appraiser if I wanted to find out the person who bought the home. You know, if you want to see the transaction history. So I'm seeing this through PropStream. You could see, so they bought it for 310. So Charitable, I don't know what their name was, Charitable Remainder, blah blah blah. So they trust. It was in a trust. They bought it for 310. Harbor Bay Equity LLC, and then they double close on it here. So you guys can see that here. So this was the seller. This was the, let's say, wholesaler in a sense, and then the wholesaler sold it to the next person for 330. So the wholesaler, whoever the group, made 20,000. So if you double close, you'll be able to see the fee. If you're assigning the contract, you won't be able to see it, but they double close on the property, so you're able to see the 20 grand here difference. And then the 2 girls next door, I'm assuming there are maybe 2 girls next door, they sold it to Angelica Ventresca for 365. So then, you know, again, I don't know how they were able to make sense of the flip. It looks like it needed a lot of work, but they got it done for because so then they got it, so they ended up paying 20, so they, you know, they're in it for 330, probably a little bit more because of, you know, holding costs and things like that, closing costs as well, and then they sold it for 365. So probably if I'm looking at a buyer, I would be looking at the 2 Girls Next Door LLC. So if I were to copy this, you could copy this LLC. You could go to if I have it up here, it's Sunbiz. And this is how you would find LLCs registered in Florida. So 2 Girls Next Door, it's an active LLC. You can see that here, active. There's 2 girls in 1 bucket. That's inactive, but we want to look for the active one here. Should be a girl, I'm assuming, right? Oh, but it's not. I see. Okay. So we got Nicole and we got Jordan. You know, so I guess maybe those are the 2 girls. And then you have the address in St. Pete and one in Clearwater. So you could look their information up, call them, and you know, see if they are interested in other flips in that same area. So hopefully you guys learned a thing or two from that. Let's see. It's, yeah, I was about to be mad if I was muted the whole time, but no, I'm not muted. All right, Dom, you said, can you please help me run a rehab area again for this one? Okay, Shore Acres. I think you told me. I probably overinflated. I don't think it needed that much. Yeah, two girls, one bucket. Yeah. I'll look at it again. If yeah, I don't. I mean, I think I probably did help you with that. Help you out with that one, but I forget. Maybe I didn't. Did I help you? I think I did. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna take at least like I would say. I mean, it's 2,300 square feet. Everything was removed. I would say it would probably take. It has to be at least 100. To get everything back in all drywall, flooring, all that kind of stuff. I would say it would take 100 at least to get it done. So, and like I said, it is a big house. If this was like, let's say 1,300 square feet, then yeah, you could drop it from like 100K rehab to like mm, like a 60, 70. But yeah, I mean, we got to repair all the drywall and stuff like that. I don't know. I can't remember. I looked at this. I guess I did look at this one with you. I'm sorry. I look at a lot of people's homes that they send me. But I think there was a comp that was it looked pretty much identical. I'm not sure what it sold for here, but I'll relook and try to find it. But yeah, this is in Shore Acres. It's probably built in the 70s. Yep, 1966. So pretty close to the 70s. You can just tell by the style. And yeah, let's start looking. We'll look for 4.2. So we'll try to look for a 4.2 with over 2,000 square feet and see what we find. So again, pulling up comps, fairly simple. Zoom in on the neighborhood. Here's the entirety of Shore Acres. Yeah, I'll probably go to 3+. I'll go to, let's say, a 2,500 max for square footage. I'll probably go to like let's see a 15 to 2,500. We'll go in the past 6 months. I don't know if we were on I can't remember. We do have a pool, which is good. We are not on the water. You could see here. So our value is if we were on this side of Dover Street, yes, it'll be a little bit better, but we're not. So we got to keep that in mind when looking at comps, because you can't compare a comp that's on, waterfront to a comp that's not. Well, you can, but obviously less in value for sure. But yeah, let's take a look and see. Let's see. We were on Dover Street? Yeah, so Venetian Boulevard. So let's go to Venetian Isles. So that's where we'll be at. Where is Venetian Boulevard? Boulevard here. Dover Street should be close now. Just trying to find. Oh, here. Okay, so it would be right over here. So here's Venetian Boulevard here. Here's Dover Street. It's Dover Street Northeast, right? Yep, Venetian, and then they have North Dakota Avenue coming through. Actually, no. Where am I then? I have no idea where I'm at. Oh, we are somewhere over here. I just can't find the North of Venetian. Yeah, I don't know. We're somewhere over here, guys. So anyway, let's start looking. I feel like this home is probably going to be worth like 8. Oh, this was the comp I found. I remember looking at this. Yeah. So this is on Denver Street, right by kind of where we're at. 4.2, 2,200 square feet, almost 2,300. I don't know if this had a pool or not. I don't think it was on the water. It was not on the water. Water would be here. So it's not waterfront. It was a flip you guys could see. Here's the before. Here's the after. If you're looking for buyers, I mean, I would definitely hit this guy up. Denver Street. He probably bought it for like in the 5s, I think, when I remember looking at this. So yeah, he bought it for $595 on market, and then he ended up selling it for for $865. So I mean, this would be your best buyer. Comps are, I guess, going to be in the mid-8s. It's always good to find another one too, but I would say that's the best comp. I don't know when it was built, but probably around roughly the same year. 1967. We were built in 66, so a year difference. But I mean, that's probably the best comp we're gonna find that looks exactly identical to our home here. Let me just X out of that, back to listing. Yeah, so I mean, it's night and day. We do have a pool. That does help. I'm not sure if they had a pool. I would have to go to like satellite view and see. And do that real quick. Let's see. Yep, it does have a pool right there. You can see that there. So it does have a pool. So, yeah, if you want to pull up their information, same type of thing. Copy again. If you don't have a prop stream, you can just easily go to Pinellas County Property Appraiser. Do it that way. mortgage and transaction history, we see that they bought it from Nagda. So Mazzari Design Collective LLC. So that's their LLC. Copy it, and then they obviously sold it to Kurt and Catherine. Hopefully, Kurt and Catherine didn't get any storm damage, but most likely they probably did because it's in Shore Acres. I mean, you could only do a little. You could do sandbags, you could do stuff like that, but I mean, you're still gonna get water no matter what. I mean, it's just if you're not like I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't really say you should know about that. I just don't know how they. I mean, they bought it this year, right? I don't know. I mean, I've been here since 2021. I knew about Shore Acres since like 2022. Just being it. I mean, but I'm in real estate, so I guess I know what to, what to. All right, but anyway, forget what I was just talking about. But anyway, let's look at their information here. Mazzari Design Collective LLC. We've had it for a while. We see Michelle here. So you could reach out to Michelle, Sarah Bell as well, and they are based out in Tampa. So you could contact them, and they could see if they're interested in another flip in Shore Acres. But the new after flood market, hard to find ARV. Yes, it's a good. I would say, I mean, it's going to be like low to mid 8s. I don't think it's going to be under 800,000 for the value. That's did you find another one? 5265. Is that the one I just pulled up? Oh, okay, I'll pull that up. Is that the same street though? 5265 5265 Denver Street. Okay, hold on.
Terrell, I was just going to say that I've talked to probably like dozen agents, transaction coordinators, various people in that Eastern Isles, Shore Acres in the last like week or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So the story seems pretty consistent. Like everybody's just trying to take their insurance check and run. That's what it seems like to me. And then so these houses are getting dumped at like below appraised value, but not quite at land value. And so all the offers that come in are like pretty much at land value. So,
I've been seeing that too. Some people are buying them at lot value, which I don't know what lot value currently is at Shore Acres. I'd have to look, but yeah, I've been
like for a standard lot, like 300K. I think that's what Eric was going over, like a 10K lot, right? 300 grand, and then some of these lots are like 8,000 square feet, 7,000. You know, they're 0.7 of that. They go down to like even 210,000 for this land. And then even like you just go on the shoreline, and those lots, I mean, you have to be on the outer shoreline to get in or close to like $500,000 lot, you know, like out on the bay. And then everything between that is like people are still trying to just buy it. Like a lot of agents tell me they're getting offers at just 300 land value. Basically, they can't. Some of them numbers. Some of them told me like, oh, I got to beat numbers like 350 on like $500,000 houses. Some of the sellers, they want 500, but their offers are only coming in at 3.
Yeah.
And then there's some that are like in the millions. Like when you get like out of the inland houses, you get more in the shoreline houses. The offers are coming in like the 5 and 6. That's basically land value.
Yeah.
So far, sellers don't want to leave it because they're in it for 1.4 or more. They don't want to leave it for less than 8. So there's a lot of those scenarios.
Yeah. So here's one while you were talking, I pulled one up here. It's sold before the hurricane, but so there's this one here for 825, a little bit south of where we're at, Snell Island, which is a popular area. If you look at homes in Snell Island, that's like you're looking at like
Shore Acres, that whole area, right?
Well, Shore Acres is this area here. Snell Island is like the richy rich, I would say. But that's what
Venetian Isles as well, like mainly in Venetian.
Yeah, Venetian. This is accurate here with the cost. So like 200 just for this. 9,000 square feet or 7,500 square foot lot here, corner lot. Yeah, I mean,
standard lot's like 10K and double 20K. Like if you look at the most expensive house in Venetian Isles, 9.5 mil, it's 20,000 square foot lot. It's just a double lot. Every other day.
Yeah.
And then if it's below 10K, it's not a standard lot. Like that one right there, 7K. It's more like it's 0.7 of 300K. But now the new floor, at least what I've seen, is like down even below 300K because all the offers are going. They call on the phone. The agent says, "Oh, we got to offer 300," and then somebody, a wholesaler comes in, oh, we'll offer 250. Now all the offers are going lower than 300.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough read. I mean, it's just people age. Everyone's
think-
just trying to adjust.
I think
know.
it's to wait it out. So I have tons of offers sitting on that market right now. I'm just
Mhm.
waiting out, seeing what comes back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Just follow up. Yeah, just check in and see what happens. But yeah, I feel bad for everybody who invested in, you know, those, like, again, Shortacres got hit. You could easily, for people who don't know, just go to the map, go to flood. You can see all the homes that pretty much got flooded. So
Yeah.
we see
They
Small Island, we
just
see
don't
Shortacre.
places without paying top dollar.
Yeah.
That's
So
the thing. So yeah, whole plot spots flooded. That area is, the insurance premiums, they're going up.
yeah, exactly. So it's like it's tough. It's tough. People are in it for, like I said, $1 million plus, and people are only getting offers for, you know, 200 to 400. I mean, it's just how do you compensate with that?
Yeah, it's absurd. And so none of the agents, so I think waiting it out, just sending as many cash offers you can to these people, and just waiting those offers out.
Mhm.
I mean, I've sent I've lost count. So I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just touching base with you.
Yeah, no worries. I appreciate that. I wish I could stay longer, guys. Eric has a Zoom at 12. I'm a little bit over. You know, it was nice chatting. If you guys need, again, I do host one-on-one Zooms. We could, you know, message me for that. We try to do that. You know, if you want. So I'll try to, my schedules are kind of like all over the place, but I'll try to see what I could do, what times would be available to work. But just message me for if you guys want some one-on-one Zooms. I'll do what I can with that. I'm gonna put my name in the chat here for Discord. Just reach out to me on Discord if you guys are interested, or if you have any other questions too. Dom, hopefully you got your
800 ARV is not even. I wouldn't even consider that ARV on some of those places.
800. Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking, but I mean I'm just being. I mean I don't know. Who knows?
That ARV is all over the map right now, so we got to wait it out. I think, but we will see.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
pitch it to your buyers, but yeah. Thanks, Ken. I'll see you later.
All right, man. Yeah. Take it easy, guys. You have a good one. I think he was Dom. Basically, he was saying that like 800. Like he doesn't think it's like all over the place, is what he's saying. Typically, yes, if it was before the hurricane, yeah, you know, we're looking at like, you know, anywhere from 800 to 850 in a sense, you know. But because of the hurricane, you know, he's thinking it could be a little bit lower. We don't know. I mean, everything's going all over the place. It's just hard to really assess what the actual true value is. When again, you see so many homes that have flood damage, and you know, people are in it for close to $1 million, and people are only offering land value. So it's just, yeah. All right, guys, you have a good rest of your day. If you have any other questions, just let me know. Take care.